I never really wrote a spoken word until like last summer when I went to Berkeley. I was really inspired by this little freshman of mine, and like he I don't know, showed me a new way of poetry or art or something like that. And yeah, but anyways, my poem is about yeah. So my poem is called Ignorance Isn't Bliss. Okay, and
well.
Once upon a time, I asked a friend of mine, Krishna, my senior high friend who was bored that thinks he knows anything and everything with all the news edition and encyclopedia books from A to Z that's stored in his head. So, you already know that he is not retarded. And I, assuming that he has full knowledge of his identity as a nerdy, chink-eyed, brown-skinned, Southeast Asian, he will be able to answer a non-brainer pop quiz without a fizz. Who are you? He, who believed he knew the answer to this non-brainer short answer pop quizzer, has said smoothly, well, I'm an American. I paused, lost in translation, and I suddenly realized that ignorance is not bliss. I mean, I thought it would have occurred to him he would wonder why senior high did not teach him about Southeast Asians and world history and U.S. history. But boy, you are a deprived child that has been isolated from the truth behind all scars, and yet the truth of your identity. Like a child that has been brainwashed. A child was born with the truth, but raised to learn about the lies. How world history is defined as a class that teaches the history of other nations other than the United States Americanization, and how U.S. history is the most important subject in all texts approved by the government, but it's going to teach us about the U.S. documentation and everything that the U.S. was involved with and how they affected other countries because of the colonization. But listen, stop what you thought and drop what you got, because those naive heirs of yours need to stop and listen. So when you call yourself an American, you have historically hurt your own ancestry. You're just another American who caused Khmer genocide to begin. How Pol Pot became a commie because Cambodians were sick and tired of being attacked along the border of Vietnam so that the Americans can break the supply lines to Vietnam during the Vietnam War. How your Vietnamese ancestry would have never died in the war if the Americans never thought of the domino thing to stop communism from spreading. But in the end, they lost. We won.
Too bad, Kevin.
But all the Vietnamese people died. I'm not saying they literally died. I'm not saying that the curtains fell down and they all were deceased. Their body's still alive, but the essence of life died. You're just another American who has caused Southeast Asians to move across the Pacific Oceans through deaths, harshest pains, and post-traumatic stress. The land of the United States of America, the land of equality and opportunities where they suffer inequality, social injustice, racism, and discrimination. How Americans created social classes in Southeast Asia were way below the pyramid triangle. Like little servant who does the hardest job with the mob by cleaning all the dirty and disgusting mess that Americans leave behind, only getting paid what? I don't know. 10, 20, 30 times less than the working class. You are that American who has created the Asian stereotypes that we are dirty, ghetto, and poor. But it's because of you Americans that made us this way, bunching us all together and putting us in one community, not giving us the help and resources to give us opportunities. So yes, we are dirty. When the dirt was onto our bodies, we revealed that we struggled through pain to survive. Yes, we are ghetto, because no one ever really thought to help us, so when we have our community creating slangs and gangs for our families to stay alive. And yes, we are poor. Living in the slums of the city, only having to work so hard with 2 jobs so that the families can have a roof over their heads, even though they don't deserve this. So as I finally finished teaching Christmas a lesson about Southeast Asians, he dropped his head and tears streamed down his face through those dirty, ghetto, and poor hands of his. Releasing his ignorance as an American and redeeming himself with the knowledge that with the words thrown at him. Then is when Krishna said, "It is my roots as an Asian I will always become Americans. I shall not hurt my ancestry any longer as I carry the bloodline. Time has come and the revolution has just begun. Ignorance is no more, but the bliss will not be abused when we gain knowledge. So for ignorance, the knowledge of